Italian prosecutor on Saturday demanded life sentences for 2 young Americans being tried on murder charges after a policeman was killed following a botched drug deal in Rome. Finnegan Lee Elder, who was 19 at the time, has admitted to stabbing Mario Cerchiello Rega in July 2019, while his friend, Gabriel Christian Natale Yorth, then 18, was tussling with another police officer. Under Italian law, anyone who participates even indirectly in a murder can face murder charges. The 2 Americans, both from California, have said they did not know that Cerchiello or his partner, Andrea Variale, were police officers.
For the second time in a year, a popular restaurant is attacked in Somalia's capital. Dozens are dead or wounded. Lul Yemeni was crowded on Friday night when this rickshaw carrying explosives was driven into it. A nearby building collapsed, burying people under rubble. The UN and police have condemned al-Shabaab for the attack. Another suicide bomber attacked the cafe in August last year. Prevented from entering, he detonated his explosive vest at the entrance. Al-Shabaab controls rural areas in southern Somalia and frequently targets government and civilian targets in Mogadishu.
U.S. officials detained nearly 100,000 migrants at the border with Mexico in February, according to 2 people familiar with preliminary figures, the highest monthly total since mid-2019. The previously unreported figures show the scope of a migrant influx, which has only grown since U.S. President Joe Biden took office and sought to roll back some of predecessor Donald Trump's restrictive policies. The nearly 100,000 migrants detained appears to be the highest monthly number since June 2019, during a large border surge which Trump cited as justification for a broad immigration crackdown.
After more than 24 hours, the Senate's overnight vote-a-rama has come to a close. The evenly split Senate has voted to pass President Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package in a vote of 50 yeas to 49 nays. House Democrats rushed to get the plan passed before unemployment benefits expired for millions of Americans on March 14th.
Масакра.
Так. Автобус потеряв управління і то було дуже страшно. То було. Люди кричали, просили помочь. Не мали инструментов, были бы инструменты, может, чем-то помогли.
Police are searching for the killers of 2 Durban park rangers. They had been patrolling the Silver Glen Nature Reserve when gunmen opened a fire on their vehicle.
Jabulani Kwekela loved his job at the Silver Glen Nature Reserve. He and Cyril Hlafuna were friendly and familiar faces in the area. They were ambushed by gunmen while patrolling on Thursday.
At this stage, it would seem like more robbery could have been the possible motive, as both their cell phones was missing and a firearm suspected to belong to one of the rangers.
But the number of shots fired at the men in their vehicle has raised the suspicions of community activists. They claim there could be a more sinister motive.
Indian farmers young and old gathered on Saturday to mark the 100th day of protests against agricultural reforms by blocking a 6-lane expressway outside New Delhi. Heading in cars, trucks, and tractors to the highway, the farmers protested 3 agricultural laws that they say hurt them by opening up the farm sector to private players. They fear the reforms will leave them at the mercy of big corporate buyers and end the practice of assured government purchases. The government says the laws are needed to attract new investment. Since December, tens of thousands of farmers have camped out in the bitter cold on the outskirts of the capital. Their movement has attracted support from celebrities ranging from singer Rihanna to climate activist Greta Thunberg.
Are those people dressed like airport workers supposed to be scaling that security fence? Not exactly. They're activists with the environmental group Greenpeace, and they snuck into Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, France to make a colorful point. Armed with rollers and green paint, the Greenpeacers proceeded to decorate an empty Boeing 777. They're calling for a reduction in air traffic. It's a mode of transportation that introduces carbon into the Earth's atmosphere, which in turn contributes to climate change. While their colleagues stood by holding placards, the green paint squad was able to color in a healthy swatch of the jet, but not the whole thing before police shut them down.